Our time is your time. Your time is our time.
National Dairy presents the Sealtest Village Store. Joan Davis, proprietor, Jack Haley, manager, and our guest customer for this evening, Frank Sinatra. And here is the star of our program, Joan Davis.
Hello, Sealtest Village Store. Oh, hello, Ma. Yeah, Frankie Sinatra arrived in town this morning, and he's coming here to the store. Sure, I'm going to try and get a date with him. So long, Ma. Gee, John, if I can get a date with Frank Sinatra, I'll bet all the other girls will tear their hair out. Then he'll probably go steady with me, because I'll be the only girl in town who isn't bald-headed.
Tonight, our Sealtest Fountainairs start festivities with a rousing song dedicated to those hard-working, hard-fighting advanced men of our fighting forces. Gentlemen, to the Fighting Engineers.
We're the fighting engineers, the fighting engineers. We do all the dirty work, the doughboys get the cheers. Who keeps the outfit moving, who covers up the rear? It's those doggone beavers, the fighting engineers. Who builds the roads and bridges when the army's moving up? And when the army's on the run, who stays to blow 'em up?
The Doughboys,
The Signal Corps,
the Leathernecks,
oh no, it's just the fighting engineers. In case you want to know, we're the fighting engineers with dirt behind our ears. We drill like the infantry and fight like buccaneers. We lead the way to battle, they call us pioneers. So don't aggravate us, we're fighting engineers.
As we look in on the Sealtest Village Store, we find Joan Davis and Jack Haley discussing a very important event.
Oh, Jack, who do you suppose has arrived in town? Frank? Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra.
Please be careful how you bandy those two beautiful words about.
Well, just because the guy arrives in town to give a concert is no reason for all the women to go nuts. Did you see the way those girls acted at the station when Sinatra got off the train?
Well, that was a little ridiculous.
Yeah, and all that biting and fighting and scratching just to touch him, that was disgusting.
It certainly was. Why, if I hadn't worn my brass knuckles, I wouldn't have even gotten near the guy. Gee, Jack, don't you think he's wonderful?
Oh, he's all right.
All right. Why don't you realize that millions of women practically make a career out of listening to him?
Yeah, since that guy started, swooning has become an essential industry.
And you see this new dress I got on? I bought it just for Frankie.
Well, I hope it looks better on him than it does on you. I can't understand why you're raving about him so much. I thought he just affected the kids that wear bobby socks.
Well, what do you think I'm wearing, spats? And I don't care what you say, Jack Haley. Once Frankie sees me, he'll never look at another girl.
You mean it'll turn him against the sex completely? Why don't you snap out of it, Joni? You've spent the last 2 days doing nothing but getting ready for Sinatra.
I have not.
No? Then why did you call that electrician yesterday?
Oh, that. All I asked him was if he could put an electric eye in the door so that when Frankie stepped in, the door would bolt, a bear trap would grip him by the leg, and a preacher would automatically fall out of the skylight and say, "Do you take this woman for your lawful wedded wife?"
Look, Joni, you're doing this thing all wrong. I've known Frankie for a long time, and one more girl chasing after him isn't going to impress him one bit.
Jack, you really know him? Then what can I do to impress him?
Be indifferent. Play hard to get. Don't make a fuss over him like the others do.
You think that'll work?
Don't worry, if you work it right, that technique is foolproof.
Well, I'm just the fool that can prove it. Gee, if it really works, Frankie'll fall for me, and then he'll propose, and we'll get married. And then in time, there'll be 3 or 4 children. But there'll still be those other women chasing him. And the first thing you know, he'll start to neglect me. Why, he won't come home nights. I'll be left all alone with those 4 little kids. Why, I may even have to work. The kids might have to work, too, in a sweatshop.
Hello, Jack.
Hello, Frankie. Frank, I want you to meet Joan Davis.
You beast, get our kids out of that sweatshop.
Joan, I said this is Frank Sinatra. Remember now, be nonchalant.
Oh, Mr. Sinatra, hello. I'm meased to please you. No, I mean, I'm mad to glow you. Would you like a chair? May I sew you to a sheet? Sit down.
Jack, this girl doesn't seem to know what she's talking about.
Oh, no, Joni didn't know what she was talking about long before she ever heard of you.
That's right, Mr. Sinatra, and as far as I'm concerned, you're just another man. And as far as I'm concerned, that's enough.
Joni, I told you to be indifferent. Don't let him see how crazy you are about him. Ignore him.
Miss Davis, did you mean by that last remark that you like my singing?
Well, yes, Frank. Yeah, I suppose if you want to stretch a point, you could say that I'm one of your female admirers.
Well, I'm glad to know that I appeal to the older women, too.
Now, just a minute. How old do you think I am? How old do I look?
Oh, Frank didn't say you were that old. By the way, Frank, when is this concert of yours going to be?
Tomorrow night, Jack.
Tomorrow night? Oh, gee, thanks for asking me, but I won't be able to make it. You see, my fiancé won't permit it. We became engaged yesterday.
Oh, that's too bad, because I was going to ask you to be my personal guest.
Well, that was a short engagement. What time are you picking me up?
Oh, I didn't mean I was going to take you. I was just going to send you some tickets.
Well, a fine time to tell me after I broke my engagement.
Oh, here comes Blossom Blimp, Joni. You wait on her. I want to talk to Frankie.
Okay, gee, I've met Frank Sinatra. He didn't pay much attention to me, though, just because when girls look at him, they swoon a little. Little does he know that when men look at me, they pass out completely. That's not what I started out to say. Oh, anyway, when I get Frank...
Hello, Miss Davis.
Oh, hiya, Blimpy.
Oh, Miss Davis, I'm worried, so worried. I think I'm going to have my face lifted.
Well, stop worrying. Nobody'd want to steal a face like that.
I merely mean that I'm going to go to a plastic surgeon.
Well, I doubt if you'll find one in town in that condition. Oh, plastic! Gee, I know one plastic surgeon who's wonderful. He lifted my aunt's face.
Is he really good?
Yeah, there was only one trouble. You see, the doctor was a little absent-minded, and in the middle of the operation, he forgot how to put her features back.
He did?
Yeah, he remembered her face, but he just couldn't place it.
Miss Davis, I think your story is... Oh, pardon me.
Oh, that's all right, Frankie. Come here, Blimpy. I'd like you to meet Frank Sinatra.
Hello, Mrs. Blimp.
How do you do? Now, as I was saying about my face, I think... Frank Sinatra! Oh, Frankie!
Yikes, she fainted!
Maybe I better pick her up, Joan.
Oh, no. No, don't strain yourself, Frankie. I'll call New York and get the same crew that raised the Normandy. Oh, she's coming, too. Did you hurt yourself, Blimpy?
No. Oh, no, but... Oh, goodness. I'm afraid I made a spectacle of myself. I hope you won't blame me too much, though, Mr. Sinatra, because, Frankie, you really send me when you sing a note that's blue. There are crooners by the score. You're the one that I adore. Yes, Frankie, it's you. Woo-hoo!
Mrs. Blimp is quite a singer, isn't she, Joan?
Yes. And speaking of singing, our delivery boy, Dave Street, usually sings to me about this time.
Yes, I know Dave, June, and he really can sing, too.
Well, this is Dave's day off, and since he isn't here, wouldn't you like to sing a love song for me? Gee, thanks. I knew you would. And while you're singing, I'll sit on your lap.
But I sing standing up.
All right, so I'll sit on your shoulders. And what are you going to sing?
I'd like to sing a tune called Close to You. Close to you, I will always stay. Close to you, though you're far away. You'll always be near, as though you were here by my side. No matter where, in my dreams I'll find you there, close to me, sharing your caress. Can't you see? You're my happiness. Wherever you go, my heart will go too. What can I do? It only wants to be close to you. If you knew the joys you bring, how my hungry heart would sing. If only we could be close to
Gee, that was beautiful, Frankie.
Well, thank you very much, Joan. Now, if you don't mind, I think I'll look around the store.
Gee, Jack, isn't Frank Sinatra wonderful?
Yeah, he's a swell guy.
But you know, he has such a hungry look. It makes me want to mother him.
Mother him. If he looks hungry, why don't you feed him? You know, Joan, the road to a man's heart is through his stomach.
Oh, who wants to take a detour? Say, I know. We'll fill him up with ice cream.
Joan, he needs food, not ice cream.
Just a moment, Mr. Haley. I heard that, and I want to tell you that ice cream is a food. Our government has classified it as a food and has included it in one of the 7 basic food groups recommended for wartime nutrition. Why, don't you realize that it's rich in vitamin A and calcium and the other food values of pure, wholesome milk?
Oh, Frankie, Sunday, Monday, are always...
You're right, Joan. You're right, Joan. Sunday, Monday, or always. That's the time to ask for Sealtest ice cream. For when it's Sealtest, well, you're getting this delicious food treat at its purest and best. You're getting smooth, velvety taste, true, rich flavors. You're getting the skill of long experience in blending and freezing. And you're getting Sealtest controls as an added safeguard of quality and purity. Sealtest dealers everywhere are featuring luscious new flavors for September. Enjoy them as a treat and as a nourishing food.
Sealtest dealers are also featuring temptingly different flavors of Sealtest real fruit sherbets and real fruit ices. They're new and modern, delicious and refreshing, full of the fresh, tangy flavor of real fruits or berries. Ask for them wherever Sealtest ice cream is sold.
Joni, when you dance, you really throw everything into it.
Hey, Jack, where's Frank Sinatra? Is he still in the store?
Yeah, he's over at the music counter breaking Bing Crosby's records.
Gee, I'm not getting very far with Frankie. I wonder what's the matter.
Joni, I've got it. Be sophisticated, high class. That ought to get him.
Do you really think so?
Well, it's worth trying. Go change your makeup. Make yourself more sophisticated looking. Hurry, here he comes now. Frank. Oh, Frank.
Yes, Jack.
Frank, there's something I want to know. You know, the women all swoon so when you sing. What is it that you've got that gives your voice that certain something?
Well, if I tell you, do you promise not to breathe a word to a soul?
Yes.
Is anybody listening?
No. Tell me, what have you got?
King-sized tonsil.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Frankie. I'm serious. I want to have the same effect on girls as you have when you sing.
Well,
when I sing.
Well, I think you could do it, Jack. When you sing to a girl, just close your eyes. Sing softly. Put your heart and soul into it.
That's all?
Sure. Just do that, and you'll have the girls go limp. Their knees will sag, and they'll go to pieces.
That's the shape I get him in now. In a better condition.
But, Jack, I don't see why you're interested in other girls at all. Why don't you settle down with Joan? What's the matter with her?
Have you taken a good look at Joan?
Well, yes.
What's the matter with you? All right. I mean, what's the matter with you going with her?
Why?
Well, she's really a sophisticated, high-class girl.
That's not the way she struck me.
Oh, she was just being democratic. You didn't catch on because she's so subtle about it. Joan's a very subtle girl. Here she is now.
Oh, hello, Frank. La, 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 la.
She's about as subtle as a blockbuster. Oh, Joni, by the way, I was just telling Frankie what a sophisticated and ritzy background you have.
Oh, were you really? Really you were? Oh, the calla lilies are in bloom again. Rally they are. Rally. Rally they are. Rally.
Shut up.
You know, Miss Davis, it seems to me you look different than you did before. You're very smart looking.
Oh, Rally?
Your face seems to have taken on color. Your cheeks are so pink and shiny.
Yes, that Dutch cleanser works wonders. And what do you think of this perfume I'm wearing? It's a new scent I had made up especially for you.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
What's it called?
It's called My Sinatra.
Well, if you have your own special perfumes made up, Miss Davis, you must be very wealthy.
Oh, yes, I get along, and very shortly, when I come of age, I expect to get quite a tidy little sum.
Really?
Yeah, in a few years you'll get a Social Security.
Really, Jack, I mean my inheritance. You see, most of my money was held up for a while, but now I'm getting all that's coming to me.
You and me both, sister.
But of course, money isn't important. It's social standing that counts.
And Joni's family is very prominent socially. Isn't that right?
Oh, but definitely. My father's the first vice president in the Union League. I'm the first lady in the Junior League. And Mother's the first baseman in the National League.
Oh. She comes from a very sporting family. Her father's a famous yachtsman.
Oh, yes. Daddy yachts all over. Yeah. As a matter of fact, he has his own private schooner.
He has?
Mm-hmm.
How big?
Oh, it holds about 3 quarts.
Joan, this is very amusing, but who are you trying to kid?
Oh, gee, Frankie, I was just trying to impress you. Oh, excuse me. Here's a customer.
Miss Davis?
Yes?
May I have a few words with you?
Certainly.
Few. Goodbye.
Oh, now, wait a minute. Come back here, you.
Glad you called me back. Young man, are you Frank Sinatra, the famous crooner?
Well, yes,
Do you know I heard you cried last night?
yes.
You big sissy.
Now, what were we saying before that zombie came in?
You were going to tell me why you put on that act.
Well, Frankie, I only did it for one reason. I wanted to get a date with you. There's a swell dance at the country club tonight.
Well, why didn't you say so? I haven't anything planned. I'll pick you up at 9. See you later.
Jack, it worked. I really got a date with Frank Sinatra. Gee, supposing he tried to kiss me, should I slap his face?
Of course you should.
Who asked you? Oh, gee, just think, I've been trying to get a date for years, and now when I finally get one, it's with Frank Sinatra. It just goes to prove it never rains, but it pours.
And we'll use that pores for our seal test identification. Here we go to all of those communities where seal test dairy products are sold. Ready?
What's the matter, Joan? You don't look as though you're having a good time at the dance.
Well, darn it, the girls have all mobbed Frankie, so I haven't danced with him yet. The only time I could talk to him was in the taxi on the way up. And even then, we had a girl taxi driver.
What's wrong with that?
When she saw Frankie, she got in the back with him, and I had to drive. Oh, if I could only get him alone, I know I could convince him that I'm the girl for him.
Why don't you take him out in the garden? That's your best bet.
But it's dark in the garden. He won't be able to see me.
Believe me, that's your best bet.
Oh, they've asked Frankie to sing. I gotta listen to this.
I hear music when I look at you. A beautiful theme of every dream I ever knew. Down deep in my heart, I hear it play. I feel it start, then melt away. I hear music when I touch your hand, a beautiful melody from some enchanted land. Down deep in my heart, I hear it say, is this the day? I alone have heard this lovely strain. I alone have heard this glad refrain. Must it be forever inside of me? Why can't I let it go? Why can't I let you know? Why can't I let you know the song my heart would sing? That beautiful rhapsody of love and you in spring. The music is sweet, the words are true, the song is you.
Okay, Joni. Now's your chance to take Frankie out in the garden.
Well, I'm a little nervous. I'm not so sure I'll know how to act. Suppose I say something wrong.
Don't worry. I'll hide in the bushes, and if you start to say anything wrong, I'll hoot like an owl.
Okay, here he comes now. You better go hide.
Hello, Miss Davis.
Oh, hello, Frankie. I was just wondering, would you care to go for a stroll in the garden?
Well, that's a good idea. Will you be here when I get back?
Now, wait a minute. I'm going with you.
Oh, all right. Say, Joan, there's something I've been wanting to ask you. Your dress is so different from all the other girls. What kind of a gown is it?
Oh, it's nothing, really. Merely a little wedding gown I just happened to rent for the occasion. Gee, it's so romantic here in the moonlight with you, Frankie.
Yes, it's a beautiful night. And you know, moonlight becomes you, Miss Davis.
Oh, let's not talk about me. Let's talk about you. When did you first discover you loved me?
Ooh! What's that?
Oh, that's just an owl.
Well, that's impossible. I've made a study of bird life, and I'm certain there are no owls in this part of the country.
Now he tells me.
Oh, but why bother about that on a night like this? Aren't you going to kiss me?
Ooh! Ooh!
Oh, come on, kiss me. Kiss me.
Ooh! Ooh!
Not you, you flat-faced
I don't see why you should be interested in me, Joan. Why don't you settle down and marry some nice fellow like Jack Haley?
Who'd marry a flat-faced baboon like me?
Why, it's Jack Haley. Jack, what are you doing up there in that tree?
Well, I sat on it when it was a seed, and we grew up together.
Oh, Jack, you really fixed me up good.
Miss Davis, I'm surprised at you, having someone spy on us. I'm sorry, but I think I'd better leave.
Gee, there goes my romance, Frankie. Before you go, will you kiss me goodbye?
Well, all right. Pucker up.
Oh, at last.
Johnny, let go of him, Johnny. Let go of him, Johnny. Johnny, break it up. Johnny, let go. Let the boy alone, Johnny.
Well, how was that?
Yipes! Where does a girl go to have her lips retreaded?
Probably every one of you listening in has a son, a brother, a husband, a dad, or a sweetheart somewhere in America's armed forces. Suppose tonight he sent you an appeal for help. He needed $100. Needed it badly so he could help finish this war and come home to you. Would you find the money? You bet you would. Somehow, some way, you'd raise it. Well, he is sending that call for help tonight, only it's coming to you through our government. $15 billion must be raised in our third war loan drive, which begins today. This money is for invasion. Invasion to end this war and bring our boys home. Yes, it's a staggering sum. But if each of us will buy an extra $100 war bond, we'll reach our goal. So say to yourself, this one is for Johnny, or Ed, or Bill, or whatever that lad's name is who's nearest and dearest to you. I'm buying this extra $100 war bond to help him finish the job, to help speed his return to a safe and free America.
From every mountainside, let freedom
Next week at the Sealtest Village Store, proprietor Joan Davis and manager Jack Haley greet the return of a most welcome visitor. One of the most outstanding personalities of radio and motion pictures, Basil Rathbone. Until then, may we remind you that ice cream is America's favorite dairy food. Sealtest Incorporated and associate companies are divisions of National Dairy Products Corporation. This is John Lang speaking to you from Hollywood. This is the National Broadcasting Company.